Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Vader for getting back to another video, and as you guys know, the AFL 2020 season round 1 is right around the corner. So today I am going to react to the Sydney Swans pre-season and the Sydney Swans situation 2020. In this video I will talk about the Swans injury list heading into round 1, also the Swans trade period, which also includes the Swans best 22 players from 2019 going on with the 2020, and finally their practice matches so far. So without further ado, let's begin. So in the 2019 trade period, we lost Darcy Cameron, which wasn't really a big deal because we had plenty of ruckmen in the reserves and we didn't really need him at all, but Collingwood needed him, and we got a draft pick in return. And also, we got Sam Gray from Port Adelaide, which was really good because he was a fan favourite from Port Adelaide. All the Port Adelaide fans loved him, and not just that, Port Adelaide were really nice with him because they just let him go to Sydney. And instead of just trading him, they just delisted him so he goes straight to Sydney, which was really nice of them. So that's pretty good. We also got Louis Taylor, which I reckon is a really good pickup. He's so far been on fire in the pre-season practice matches, which is really good to see. And yeah, so basically altogether, Tom Papley, Ben Wonk, Louis Taylor, and Port Adelaide player Sam Gray, they're basically called the Fleet of Mosquitoes, which is a really funny name because they're all short and they're little mosquitoes who just crumb the ball and kick goals. So yeah, that's pretty good to hear. Obviously Tom Papley's had a good start. So yeah, now talk about the season so far. As you guys know, they got smashed by the Giants, which was kind of disappointing, but again, it's just a practice match and anything can happen, and they're basically just playing all the young players in the reserves team. So yeah, there's nothing really to talk about, but also Jongy Longmire wasn't coaching that game, was one of the Swans assistant coaches. So yeah, he wasn't coaching, and then he actually coached the North Melbourne game. But before the Swans played the Giants, they played them twice in a row. The first time was not on TV, and that time the Swans just lost by 20 points. So that was okay. But then when the game's on TV, Swans lose by like 90 something points. So that's pretty shocking. And then in the game that was today, Swans played North Melbourne, as you can see. And yeah, the Swans played really well, honestly. It was kind of like 2 quarters each. North Melbourne played good in the first. Fourth, I reckon Swans definitely dominated in the second, and third was kind of a bit even Steven, but North Melbourne probably won that quarter. But it was still close, for the whole game. Swans, they did fight with their young team, and it was a pretty good game to watch. So yeah, now moving on, we've got the injury list. Okay, so the first player on our injury list is Robbie Fox. As you guys know, he's kind of an in and out player. He's a bit inconsistent as well. He has an ankle injury and he's basically has a test, so he should be fine. Next up, we've got a big one, Lance Franklin. Obviously, he had major groin injuries last year, missed basically after the season, and he has a knee injury which is 4 to 6 weeks. Now, apparently, there is chances that he could actually still be back to round 1 because apparently he's already running on the running track, which is really good to hear. So yeah, he could be back anywhere between round 1, round 2, round 3 is what I reckon. Hopefully back for round 1, but that could be pushing luck, so hopefully round 2 at least. And yeah, we also got Isaac King, who had a thumb injury, but that was only updated on Tuesday, March 3. So obviously he played against North Melbourne as he passed the test and looked fine, looked dangerous. And then we also got Lewis Malikan, who has a hamstring injury, and he'll be out for 3 to 4 weeks, which isn't a major loss because we picked up a great Hawthorn player, Caden Brown, whatever his name is, sorry. He is a great player in defense. He is like Ali, who will play on key forwards. He was a great pickup from Hawthorn as he had an argument with the Hawthorn coach. So then he came to the Swans, which was really, really good to hear because he's turning into an even better player than what he was at Hawthorn, which is pretty cool. Then we also have Sam Reid, who had a calf injury, so they didn't risk playing him on the practice game. So he should be fine for round 1 against Adelaide at Adelaide Oval. So yeah, he should be ready by then, which is really good to hear as he's a dangerous and key forward. Also adding on from earlier, Swans got some really good draft pick plays, as one of them apparently has been bashing everyone over in training and is apparently a best and fairest contender, rising star contender, which is really, really good. He's been like legit bashing everyone over in training, that the coach actually told him to chill as it was going really hard, and he played some practice games. Don't know if you guys noticed him or anything, but yeah, he played pretty good in the first practice game. Obviously Swans got smashed, so he didn't really get an opportunity, but yeah, he still played good, and we did get some also lots of other good young players for the future of the Sydney Swans. I'm not being BS here, I'm being completely honest. I reckon that Sydney could potentially be pushing for a top 8 spot. Now, yeah, they haven't played the best in the practice games, but they're just starting to get their form back. And if you guys remember, at the end of last year, they started to really get some dangerous form, but they didn't make finals, and the season obviously ended because they had a really bad start. And often Sydney do have a bad start to the year, and then they get better as the year goes on. But hopefully this year they can just start strong and just make the 8. That's all I really want them to do. I'll be happy if they make the 8. Obviously top 4 is pushing it, but I just wanted to make the 8, and I don't think they'll finish bottom 4. They could miss out on finals, but honestly, I'm not being harsh. I reckon they will make the finals, and it should be an okay year for the Swans. People are just saying it's going to be a rebuild year and they're going to finish like bottom 4. They are rebuilding, yes, but I still feel like they're going to finish in the 8, which will be really good as a Swans fan. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this one for the future. Goodbye.